Andrew Kamila, I'll come to you. I'm sure you will like to respond to that. So too is Benk Nudia. But allow me to reframe the earlier question I posed to you. And of course, this is very important because it's likely to be very well resonating with the statements which were made by the caller from home at the moment. He never identified himself. But as far as the president is concerned, can he go beyond the point that he fractures the relationship between him and the DP? Because what has been in the publications for the past 1 week has been dynasties versus hustler nation. And here, what does it mean in terms of completely changing the political landscape, especially for the ruling Jubilee Party, if, say, that the relationship gets to toxic level within the coffers of the ruling party at the moment?
Well, I cannot confirm with authority that the contest is between the dynasties and William Ruto, who apparently is selling himself as a hustler and a son of nobody. But I can authoritatively confirm that the contest, if goes to that extent, then it will be very difficult for the dynasties to make it. But unfortunately, in our system, the presidency is, or the leadership of this country is decided by a few people seated in a room like the one we're seated in right now. And therefore, that may just age or elbow William Ruto out. Okay. But you remember Jacob Juma, before he died, he tweeted that, in fact, he predicted this case. He said that in 2022, Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga will coalesce around, and the other dynasties will coalesce around Gideon Moi, who will go against the hustler William Ruto. And that is how William Ruto will win. So we are not really sure, but those were predictions by other people. And let us wait and see what will happen. Okay. But also to add on to that, I don't think William Ruto would want to bolt out of Jubilee because he has invested so much in terms of resources and equally in terms of his political life. And if you remember properly, just before the nominations of Jubilee, William Ruto tried to play very strategic games with the whole Jubilee system, and even by the time the nominations were ending, very few people had noticed what he did. And it turned out that he ensured that the people who he felt were going to be a problem or were going to become bottlenecks to his, he locked them out. And he did it so strategically that long after, then people could realize Kabogo was out, people could realize Kamanda was out, people would realize David Murade, people he felt were going to be a serious hurdle for him. So William Ruto is very strategic. I don't know why people want to underrate him. Maybe to the extent that maybe he doesn't have the money as much as Gideon Moi, or he doesn't have the resources as much as the dynasties. But I think he's too focused. He's too strategic. In fact, at times in politics, not the money, not the resources that count. It's how brilliant you are. I have seen people with a lot of money, but the others who seemingly do not have much, but because of their, intellectual wherewithal, they are able to trust them. And as such, I want to give William Ruto some benefit of doubt. Let us give him a chance and let's see what he's going to do. But in fact, look at what Gideon Moi is trying to do. Gideon Moi has been trying to sell himself to the people, but he's not charismatic enough as compared to William Ruto. Maybe because he doesn't spend money. But why does he spend money? Because he has the money, a lot more than William Ruto. But maybe it just happens because he doesn't have the capacity, to mobilize people as much as William Ruto can. Because you remember, even in 2007, William Ruto could mobilize quite a number of people. In 2007, he delivered the whole Rift Valley to Raila Odinga. And when Raila Odinga was deceived to think that William Ruto was not as influential in Rift Valley, and maybe that he got the votes in Rift Valley because of his own, political muscles. William Ruto tested the waters by, bringing the referendum and intentionally opposing the referendum. In this case today, he has noticed that opposing the referendum would isolate him against the dynasties, and that would be a very difficult war for him right now. He wouldn't want to find a very heated referendum and then go into an election. Definitely, he'll be worn out by the time he gets there. So he has decided, let me just support them. And by good luck, the support he has given to the referendum, although with conditions, has silenced the whole debate. Nobody's talking about the referendum right now, which is a very good political strategy. In fact, that is a sign in itself that William Ruto sits down and thinks critically. Now, Benk Nudia, let me come to you on this. Amid all what's happening at the moment within, say, the ruling Jubilee Party, and of course there are many factors that I would like us to consider, pertaining also Jimmy Wanjiga and the Raila Odinga factor. These two gentlemen, the president and his deputy, have been calling names from brotherhood to political bromanceship in the country, to the same walking style, same suits when they announced their cabinet, flowerily in State House in 2013. But it appears that things are different at the moment with regards to the happenings within the political class. And during his State of the Nation address, the president, just a month after shaking hands with Raila Odinga, did not mention the name of the deputy president, William Ruto, when he addressed a bicameral parliament in Nairobi.
does it equally point to perhaps a possible rift within the ruling Jubilee Party? Because we have had statements from the likes of Murathe that there is a likelihood that Raila Odinga is not going to be bolting out of the political class when he was appointed to the AU High Representative position amid calls by the allies of the DP for him to completely quit local politics. So what does it mean here with regards to the cohesion of the ruling Jubilee Party and the complete sparking up of a new political dimension in the country as we go to 2022?
I think first and foremost, I must say I admire William Ruto. He has tried, he has done really well. I mean, from where he came, none of us here has sold chicken on the road. So from there to the point of being DP and being seen as a serious presidential contender, he has done really well. But secondly, we must look at this nation from a different perspective. Our politicians, if I was to use a very subtle word, are mad. Because they are all trooping over to see the former president, Daniel Arap Moi, who was known to have misruled this country for 24 years. None of them has gone to see former president Mwai Kibaki, who is known to have restored this nation back to a good economic blueprint. What it tells you, therefore, is that our people are very quick to go and learn tactics of how to misrule Kenya, and none of them wants to go and learn how to rule Kenya properly. That's one thing we need to look at.
Are they all bad in terms of seeking advice from the former president,
I mean,
Daniel Arap Moi? Because
you misrule us for...
Kibaki is much younger than him and could offer more in terms of economic policies in the country.
Let me tell you, it's not about age. If we were looking to grow Kenya, if we were looking to make Kenya grow, the whole world has acknowledged Kibaki as one of the best economics we've had in Africa, and one of those leaders who has transformed this, and it is known and it is seen. In fact, everywhere you go, you can see the works of Kibaki. And everywhere you go, you can see the misrule of Moi. But instead of our leaders going to seek advice from President Kibaki, they have all gone to seek advice from President Moi. What it tells you, therefore, is that they are learning how to misrule this country. And that's what they are looking for. They're going to misrule Kenya.